So this video, I'm going to be attempting a first start on my 1987 BMW E30 325i 4-door. It's got a completely different engine in it than it originally came with. It's, forgive the mess, I've been I've been reading through wiring diagrams and losing sleep over this thing the past week because I originally started out with this 2005 330 ZHP engine, which has a little bit better camshaft in it, makes a little bit more power than a standard 330 engine. If I were doing it again, I would probably go for a standard 330 engine just for ease of wiring and all that. The ZHP came with a completely different engine management system than the regular 330. Even though everything looks identical, it's completely different. So I ended up getting a 2001 X5 main engine harness from a standard 3-liter. Main reason you do that is to have a really long main wire harness, so you can actually tuck the computer back in the glove box like it was from the factory. And the second part is so I can run an MS43 computer, which is much easier to rip the immobilizer circuitry out of. I've had this computer coded to remove the EWS immobilizer. Secondary air pump's gone, CAN bus is gone, DSC's gone, rear O2s are gone, so it's basically should be turnkey just like an OBD1 swap. This engine's all aluminum. It's about 170 pounds lighter than an S52, which is a 96 to 99 M3 engine, which makes about the same power. I've got long tube headers on this thing, so it should make actually maybe a little bit more. We'll see. I haven't driven one yet. These have dual length intake runner control valves, so you get really good torque. They do really well on fuel. So this should be pretty much an ideal engine because it weighs about the same as the 4-cylinder 318 Ti engine, but it's a lot more power. But I digress. Again, this engine's a 2005, so it's got these pencil style coils. This was kind of a 2002.5 and up coil changeover, and the harness was never intended to run with that. What I found out is 2001 through 2006, which is when this 3-liter ran, the regular one, not the ZHP engine. The wiring on the X6005, which is the connector here, the end one, which controls the coils, the pins stayed the same. So if you have a computer out of a 330, 530, Z3, X5, X3, whatever, as long as it's an MS43 and your engine is for an MS43, that will just plug in and work. It doesn't matter what style coils you have. But if you're going to an MS45 on an MS43 engine, or the other way around, you do have to completely rechange the pins here. You can see my scribbling here, MS43 on the left, that's the pin out, and then MS45 on the right. It's completely different. I was cranking it over yesterday and it was popping and snarling and backfiring and I couldn't figure out why. But once I got into it, I figured out maybe because it's completely backwards, basically. So I haven't tried starting it since I just finished doing those butt connectors there to make sure the coils are all going to the right spot. Everything's sort of finger tight on the throttle body. I don't have an oil separator. I don't have anything. There's tons of vacuum leaks, no MAF, so this thing may rev up and cause lots of issues, but I want to hear it run, so I'm just going to connect a couple of wires here and I'll turn the key when I'm recording here. Okay, gotta set the camera here. Again, since the wiring's not finalized, I've got to hold stuff together to make it start, basically. We'll see. Well, it runs. My electronic throttle pedal isn't working at all, which is not sure why. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Again, everything's kind of finger tight. I actually don't even have an intake boot. MAF is right here, not even plugged in. So it's running alpha N right now. Again, I just kind of wanted to make sure it was running beforehand. So, yeah, cool. That was actually the first time I've heard it run in this car. So. Yay! I will try to do a follow-up once I get it all sorted and go through kind of the nitty-gritty of everything you actually have to do on the wiring on this thing. For the most part, it's really not too bad, but when you're doing something stupid like me, running a 330 ZHP engine, an 05 engine on basically 01 management from a completely different car, you run into a lot more issues. So that's all for now, but this thing should be pretty sweet.